Yes, I want to very strongly contest this idea that massive action of American energy is going to affect the Ukraine. And I want to say this because I believe our greatest strength is our national economy. I think that's what really is what makes us strong. Because we're strong at home, that is why we're strong abroad. So the administration has already approved 5 export terminals, which have the capacity to export 5 trillion feet of natural gas. The Energy Information Agency says that just because of that reduction of supply in the United States, it could lead to upwards of 50% increase in domestic prices here. Well, that's $62 billion a year, which is coming out of consumers' pockets in America, manufacturers' pockets in America. That's a $62 trillion tax, this policy, on Americans every year. Be close to 600, 700 billion over a 10-year period. Not only that, it's going to slow the conversion from coal-fired plants over to natural gas plants in the United States because the price of natural gas is going to go so high here. It's going to slow the conversion of oil-run buses and trucks over to natural gas, which is domestically supplied and it's low cost. And as a result, we're going to continue to import more oil from places we should not be importing oil. It's going to slow our economic recovery because it is a subsidy right now, this low-cost energy, into our economy, and except for labor, it's the single largest discretionary item. And moreover, this whole idea that our natural gas is going to the Ukraine is just completely wrong-headed. Rex Tillerson at ExxonMobil has a fiduciary relationship with his shareholders. The price in China that he's going to get for natural gas is much higher than in the Ukraine. The price he's going to get in South America is much higher than he's going to get in the Ukraine. Congress and the President do not control where this natural gas goes. It's not Russia. It's not Venezuela. We're a capitalist country. They're going for the highest price, and it's not the Ukraine. So this is an illusion that I just want everyone, we need a national debate here. We have a tremendous economic recovery being driven by this low-cost natural gas. If we're going to lead to a $62 billion a year increase, a tax, I can understand what Rex Tillerson and the American Gas Association want. You know, their motto was essentially, don't let a good crisis go to waste. Well, let's just argue for more export of this incredibly valuable natural resource. But I will tell you this, there's a huge price that we pay in weakening America's economy by doing it. And that's our greatest strength. That's what really allows us to stand astride the world. It's our economy. That's what the rest of the world's afraid of. They want to partner with us. That's why the Ukraine wants to move towards the West. It's our economy that makes us attractive to them. It's not our tanks, not our jets. It's our economy. That's what those young people want. So all I can say to you is it's an illusion. It's a free market out there. Our natural gas is not going to the Ukraine. No president, no Secretary of Defense can direct it that way. It's not going there. We can't compete with Russian pipelines with high-cost liquefied natural gas that costs $6 just to liquefy it, just to cryogenically freeze it. So I just say that to you, Mr. Secretary. We need a big debate in America, Mr. Chairman, over the economic impacts on our own country if we decide to just disperse this natural gas around the world, helping the Chinese, yes, helping South Americans, yes, but having such a small impact on what's going on in the Ukraine that people will look back and say, what were they thinking? They had an incredible asset that they allowed to be diffused. Mr. Secretary.
Well, I guess with regard to Ukraine, I think, there's another dimension, as you know better than I do, to helping the Ukrainians lessen their dependence on Russian natural gas, and that's developing their own resources, whether it's shale or in other areas. The Poles have done some very sensible things in recent years along those lines. And so I think those are the kind of things that we're working actively to help the Ukrainians on. And I recognize I'm no expert on global energy market, but I recognize what you said about the very important trade-offs that are involved here, and that has to be a part of the broader debate that you described.
Yeah,
but I think there are
I just don't think, I don't think the analysis has been done. I think people are just throwing this out as some big idea, and it doesn't come from, it doesn't come from an analysis of the impact on our economy. It doesn't come from the incredible manufacturing renaissance we've had in America because of low-priced oil and natural gas. Yeah, I'd like to go out into the free market and get an extra $8 or $10 a barrel for American oil. But what does that do for the low cost that American manufacturers and consumers have access to it here? So this is a big debate for our economy. And all I can say is that if we want the petrochemical, fertilizer, manufacturing industry to rebirth itself here, decamp from China and come back here, energy is one of the biggest single factors. $15 an MCF in China, $5 an MCF here in the United States. That's why they're coming back. You want to double it, then you're going to lose your competitive edge, and it's really going to hurt us here in America. So I just want to throw that out, Mr. Chairman. We need a big national debate over this bonanza of shale, oil, and gas, and see how we benefit most as a country. Thank you.
Thank you. That's 37 years of experience over in the House of Representatives. Speaking.
By osmosis, you pick up a few things.